I'm Tanya from Center of BRICS Research, and I'm very glad to join in this dialogue. Please let me share my screen. I would present with some slides. Okay, I'm very glad to be in this dialogue. And I would like to share some opinions on economic partnership against low global growth. This is my outline. Now, most economies are faced with common economic challenges. 3 of them stand out. They are low growth rate, high inflation, and high systematic risk. First, the global growth is further slowing down. According to the data of IMF, the global growth rate is predicted to be 2.9% in 2023, compared to 3.4% in last year. Among economies, the growth rate of GDP reflects increasing imbalance. As we can see in this table, the predicted growth rate of GDP is as high as 6.1% for India of this year, and as low as minus 0.6% for UK. Second, in most economies, fighting inflation is their priority now. The figures show the trend of inflation from 2019 to 2022. From 2021, the inflation rate is rushing high and reached its peak in last year. Global inflation is expected to fall from 8.8% in 2022 to 6.6% this year, but still above pre-pandemic levels of about 3.5%. And the tightening policy to achieve this inflation is also one reason why economic growth is slowing down. Third, we are faced with increasingly high systematic risk together. The long-lasting war in Ukraine, the devastating disaster in Turkey and Syria, the increasing risk of US Treasury bonds, and so on. All of these risks remind us that the global economy is more fragile than ever before. And among countries, we need trust rather than hate. We need cooperation rather than sanction. And we need dialogue rather than war. Then I would like to use some examples of BRICS to address how to form high quality economic partnership to solve the common economic problems together. Before that, I would like to briefly introduce BRICS. The BRICS is an informal interstate association of 5 countries: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. The creation of BRICS reflects the objective rise of new world powers, that is, the emerging and developing countries. In 2022, the BRICS increased their exports to 4.66 trillion US dollars, accounting for 21% of total world exports. And about BRICS, there are various concerns and questions. The answers to them can also shed light on the concerns with cooperations in other scenarios. The first question is, will BRICS live on even though growth rates are no longer as high as they used to be? Okay, the answer is yes. Unlike formal organization, BRICS have no binding rules. The cooperation is inclusive, and BRICS members are showing openness and tolerance to each other to some extent. Such loose form in cooperation bestows the BRICS its staying power. The second concern is about China's economy. One may say China's economy is bigger than all of other BRICS members combined, so China should not be part of the grouping. But the answer is also obvious: no. no one would ask America to leave G7, even though it is super big in size. And theoretically, economic size plays no role in assuring successful cooperation. And about forming high-quality economic partnership, I have some suggestions for reference. First, I suggest we should keep insisting on true multilateralism. For example, in the cooperation of BRICS, the mode is called BRICS Plus, meaning we welcome other partners outside BRICS to join in the cooperation of BRICS countries. It is an open and inclusive platform. Second, I suggest we should promote openness and innovation-driven growth. Like BRICS, partners encourage knowledge sharing and form some joint innovation clusters. Third, I suggest we should work together on resilient global supply chain. As the border control policies are loosened in most countries now, we should go back on the stage of international trade and welcome global suppliers. Fourth, I suggest we should further facilitate cross-border payment. This is no doubt very important for international economic activities. Besides, I suggest we should further working together on restraining the pandemic. For example, BRICS Vaccine R&D Center was launched last year. The initiative is to strengthen vaccine cooperation to ensure the accessibility and affordability of vaccines in developing countries. At last, I would show one more detailed sample of cooperation among BRICS, that is e-commerce. From 2014, BRICS countries initiated discussion on e-commerce and e-trade development. And then almost every year, we can see BRICS members promote the cooperation on e-commerce one step further. According to the data in 2019, the growth rate of e-commerce in BRICS countries ranges from 16% to 32%. The effect of cooperation among BRICS is negligible. And this is the end of my sharing. Thank you very much.